Bing, bada, boom, bada, bing, bada, bam. Well done. You now have your ads running and you're getting clients. Congratulations. Well done, you. Big pat on the back. Bing, bing, bing. If you haven't set your ads up yet and you've just skipped forward to this video, totally okay. That's fine. Pat on the back for you in the next week or two once you have those ads set up and they are bringing you clients. In this video, we're going to talk about how to scale your ads, because once you start and launch ads, you might be getting clients, but it might not be enough to completely fill you up and bring you all the money you ever dreamt of having. So that's when what we call, let me change my camera, what we call scaling your ads comes into play. Let's make me small. All right. In this video, we're going to be talking all about scaling your ads. And you might be thinking, well, what the fuck is scaling my ads? What does that mean? Am I running up my ads? Am I climbing up them? What does scaling ads mean? Basically, it means to increase your ad budget while maintaining or improving your ads, and basically maintaining profitability or improving profitability of your ads. Scaling up your budget. The worst case scenario here is that you're spending $1,000 a month on ads and you're making 10 grand a month on ads back, so 10x ROAS, and you double your ad budget from $1,000 a month to $2,000 a month, but you're still making the same $10,000. So your return on investment or your ROAS has gone from 10x to 5x and you're not making any extra money. That's worst case scenario. And that's what happens to so many people when they try to scale ads. But fear not, young grasshopper, because you are watching James, you are watching me, and I'm going to teach you how to scale your ads effectively so that that does not happen. Why do you need to scale ads? You might be thinking, well, I'm happy where my ads are, and that's totally okay. If you are filled up with clients or you're getting enough clients in to make the business of your dreams, then great. You don't need to scale up ads. Totally fine. It's your business, your dreams, whatever. Don't look at me. But I would recommend scaling up your ads if you need more clients. So if the ads aren't bringing you enough clients currently, don't say, oh no, ads don't work, I'm not getting enough clients. Just increase your ad spend and scale up your ads. Simple. So if you need more clients, that's when you should be scaling up your ads. Or if you want to grow your business. So you might be capped out with clients currently, but you might be thinking, maybe I want to change from one-on-one to group. Or maybe I want to hire 1 or 2 team members and fill them up as well. And in that case, if you want to grow your business, then you should be looking to scale your ads up. And it can definitely be really scary to scale your ads when you're talking about, if I look at how much we've spent on ads over the past year, I would have a heart attack and fall off. It'd be hundreds of thousands of dollars. So in just the health coaching business. So it can be scary, I get it. It's scary to be like, I'm dropping tens of thousands of dollars or thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars, whatever a lot of money is for you. I'm dropping all that money into ads. Is this gonna work? And I don't want to increase more. But that's the mindset that keeps you broke, essentially. You're looking at everything that's coming out, but not what's coming in. You need to be looking at both sides of the equation. And it's a mental shift that I have to train a lot of people through. Because a lot of people think, $1,000, $10,000, that's a lot of money. I can't spend any more than that. But that $5,000 or $10,000 or $1,000 has generated them $10 or $20, $50, $100,000 in returns. And that's what they don't look at. Don't be like that person. Look at both sides of the equation. If you spent $1,000 on ads last month and brought in $10,000 worth of clients, then you should be thinking, the numbers are working in my favor and I will be okay to scale my ads. Be that person, not the person I talked about before. Trust the math. But when you scale your ads, it's not this flat thing. So for example, if you're spending $100 a day now and you're making $200, let's say $500 a day back in, so 5x your money, your 5x ROAS, return on ad spend, ROAS. If you're making a 5x ROAS, if you increase to $200 a day, typically, sometimes you can, but typically you don't see your 5x ROAS stay the same. It will decrease. So as a rule of thumb, the more you spend on ads, the more your ROAS decreases. So don't be scared when you increase your budget, but your return on investment decreases. Now you might be thinking, oh, well, I'll just try and aim for the highest ROAS possible or the highest ROI possible. That is a classic mistake that people make. And the reason you shouldn't be making a mistake is this. Let me show you the math. Bam, bam, bam. It's scary. What happens is, although your ROAS return on ad spend or ROI is decreasing, the total amount of money or profit your business is making is increasing. But it's not linear. It's not going to be increasing in a perfectly straight line. Instead, what's going to happen is it's going to slow down, which is why you can't just continue scaling your ads forever and spending $1 million and making 50 million back. At some point, the returns won't be worth it. You'll be hitting that line. What do they call that? A parabola. I think it's a parabola. Maybe I'm wrong. Someone can correct me there. But when it slows down but never touches that line. And that's what's going to happen as you scale your ads. And you want to find the sweet spot where you're maximizing your profit from your ads. That's the key thing, maximizing profits. You'll make more total money if you scale your ads up, but you have to be looking at your profit. And I'm going to give you a couple of profitability calculations right now. Example 1. Let's say that we spend $1,000 a month on ads, which is roughly $33 a day on ads. Not too much. Most people can afford $33 a day on ads if the ads are bringing them money. From that $1,000 a month, we get 100 leads in. So 100 people say, I might be interested in working with you. That's a cost per lead of $10. So 1,000 divided by 100 is 10. So cost per lead of $10. From those 100 leads, we made 5 sales. So for all of these examples, or for the 2 examples I'm going to give you, we're assuming that 5% of leads buy. So if you get 100 leads, 5 buy. If you get 200 leads, 10 buy, just to keep the numbers simple. We made 5 sales at $3,000 price point, meaning we made $15,000 in revenue. Woohoo, go you! Spent $1,000 on ads and you made $15,000. That is epic. You 15x your money. That's a 15x ROAS or ROI, which means your profit is the $15,000 revenue minus minus the $1,000 that you spent on ads, which gives you a profit of $14,000. Okay, that sounds pretty great. A lot of people would be happy with $14,000 in profit. Let's look at example number 2 though. We've just increased we want to grow our business. We've just increased our ad spend. So now we're spending 10 times more on ads. We've gone from $1,000 a month to $10,000. And you know what's happened? Our cost per lead has doubled. We went from a $10 cost per lead here to a $20 cost per lead. Shock, horror. Most people will freak out and be like, no, I want a $10 cost per lead. I want cheaper leads. We've doubled our cost per lead. Not great. But do you know what does happen? We make 25 sales. Assuming the same pricing point, the $3,000 pricing point, the 5% of leads buy, that's 500 leads that we've generated, cost per lead of $20 and 25 sales, which means that's $75,000 worth of revenue. But as I said earlier, profit is all that matters when it comes to running ads. You need to find that optimal point. And if we're making $75,000 in revenue and we're spending $10,000, we're making $65,000 in profit. Brain blown, holy shit, that is epic. You almost have $1 million profit per year business. I think you need like 80K per year, 88K per year to get $1 million business in terms of profit, that is. You're almost there. Now, our ROAS halved from 15x in the first one, epic return on ad spend, epic ROI. It halved from 15x down to 7.5x in our second example after we had increased our ad spend. But we increased profit from $14,000 in the month to $65,000. So although our ads became less efficient by a significant margin, it halved in efficiency, we still made, what is that? Like 5 times more from our ads, a lot more. So profit is sky high, ROAS dips. So it's totally okay if your ROAS dips. And I would ask you, what would you rather have? Higher ROAS and 14K profit, or lower ROAS and 65K profit? I think we both know the answer to that. The big $1 million money question. How do we actually scale our ads? Is there a secret method? I would say don't overcomplicate it. You don't need to make this a really tough thing that is complex. There are 3 methods that I like to teach. The first method is the most aggressive method. And for most people watching that, this is probably not where you want to be. You probably don't want to be doing the aggressive method. It's going to be a bit more tedious. And if you're starting at $50 a day or $100 a day, you probably don't need to be in your ad account every single day changing things. But just for argument's sake, if you did want to be aggressive and you did want to scale up really quickly, what I would recommend doing is either increasing or decreasing your ads by 20% per day. So if you're trying to scale up, you'd be increasing your daily ad budget by 20% every single day if the previous day's results were profitable and within KPI. So let's say you work out your KPI as, I need to get a lead for less than $15, and if I can get a lead for less than $15, I know I'm sweet. I know that I'll convert X amount, 1 in 5 leads to booked calls, and I'll convert 1 of 3 booked calls to sales. And so that's sweet. I just need to get leads for less than $15. So that's your KPI. As you increase ad spend, your daily ad budget, what's going to happen is your cost per lead is going to slowly start to creep up. And as soon as you cross over $15 per lead, you're like, okay, this isn't really profitable for me anymore. And that's when you might have to do a few things, which I'll go through in a second. But you keep increasing your daily ad budget by 20% until you hit that plateau, until you hit your KPI or go over where that range or that limit that's profitable for you anymore. That's not profitable for you anymore. So that's the aggressive method. The less aggressive method, or the normal method, which most people watching this should be doing, is increasing the same budget by the same amount, 20% per cycle, but rather than it being an everyday thing, we make it an every week thing, meaning we look at the ad results over the past week since we changed the ad budget last time, and if they are within KPI, if they're below that $15 per lead mark, or whatever your KPI is, don't take that same $15 per lead mark, it's whatever is the right metric for your business. If it's within KPI, then we scale up by 20%, and you do that every week. And 20% doesn't sound like a lot, but it compounds. It's this curve that goes like whoop, really quickly. So for example, if you start at $100 a day, 20% is $120, $20 increase, not that much. If you do another 20%, that's $24 increase. So 144. If you do a 20% increase on that, it keeps going more and more and more. And then all of a sudden, in a month's time, you've tripled your budget from 100 to 300. So it increases really quickly, even if you're doing it weekly. You might just have to be a bit more patient. The careful method, which it's okay, but I would prefer that people do the normal method. But the careful method is the same, but the cycle is a month. So we're still increasing by 20%, but it's once per month. It's going to be really slow that way, and you're not going to see the same results if you're trying to scale quickly. So if you want clients ASAP and want to grow your business ASAP, you probably don't want to be doing that, changing it once a month. But if you want to be careful and don't want to overspend and throw your ads off, and you don't want to screw anything up, then you can do the slow monthly budget increase, which is totally fine as well. All right, I'm going to quickly, before I go through the next slide, I'm going to quickly walk you through what that might look like and how to actually increase ad budget. So let's say I'm in this ad account here. We're looking at ad results for the past 30 days. Let's look at this funnel, the DM funnel CBO Australia. You can see over the past 30 days, we've had 672 leads at a cost of $11.56 per lead. So let's say that our KPI is, maybe we're going to focus on the cost per appointment. Maybe we can say the cost per appointment, so that's a booked call, has to be less than $80 for us to be profitable. So let's say we're changing budget every week. We don't anymore, we kind of steady because we're maxed out with clients at the moment. But when we get a new coach on or hire a few new coaches to work with us, then we might have to increase our budget again. But we're not currently scaling our ads up because we're not trying to right now. But let's say we're looking for the past 7 days. We're doing the normal method of scaling up once a week. Are we within KPI? What did I say? I just made a number up, but let's say I think I said $80. Is our cost per appointment below $80? For this funnel, it is. Yes, it's below $80 per booked call. Therefore, I would say, yes, we're good to scale that up. And you can see for the top funnel, DM funnel US, it's $83. So we're outside of our KPI, just not too far. We're just above that level. So we might not scale the top campaign, but we might look to scale this bottom Australia campaign. So you just tick the campaign over here. Why can I not tick it? Whoops. There we go. And then what you would do is come to, I think it's this little button here, and then go down to Advantage Plus Campaign Budget and click Campaign Budget. And then you would edit all selected campaigns. You'd increase daily budget by 20%. And you can see that it's going to show you the new daily budget of $310 per day. And then you'd click Publish. Alternatively, you can just calculate it yourself and using a calculator and be like, all right, my daily budget is $258 and what's 20% increase there? Or you can just be like, all right, I'm increasing it by 15%, I'm increasing it to $280 or $209, whatever, you get the point. It's totally up to you. I just like to use the tick this one, increase daily budget by 20%. It's really simple. And that's that. That's how I would go about increasing the daily budget. And in terms of the metrics to look at, if you have it available, look at the cost per booked call. If not, then look at the cost per lead. So if you find that you need to be below $12, for example, for your cost per lead to be profitable, then you'll just make sure that this is below $12 before you increase your thingamajiggy, what am I trying to say? Your ad budget is what I'm trying to say. And that's that. That's how you increase the budget in your campaigns. Back to what I was saying. Back to the slides. Here's the big question. What if your ad results drop below KPI? So what if, as I showed you before, that US funnel it was above that $80 cost per book call? What do we do then? It's not within profitable range. Oh no, what do we do? First thing I would do is not panic. Just chill. Pretend you're on a beach, hands behind your head. Just be chill, man. Give it another bit of time. So if you're doing the normal method, which means that you're scaling up your ads once per week, then just leave it for another week, unless you're wildly out of KPI. So let's say your KPI is within your massive marker, not your massive marker, your profitability marker is cost per booked call for less than $80. And let's say it jumps from $75, you've increased the budget, and then it jumps to $150. And you're like, holy shit, if that's the case, then you might consider reeling that budget back a little bit and reverting it. But if it's like gone to $90 or $87 or something, then I would just recommend leaving it. Just chill. Just don't look at it for a week. Just be like, I trust Facebook or Meta to sort itself out. We good, baby, we good. Then check again a week later. So if you're doing the normal method, you've checked after 1 week, you're not within profitability, you've left it, you haven't touched it, you've left it another week, so now it's been 2 weeks, you've checked back. If it's still not within profitability, that's when I would take action, and I would reduce the budget either back to where it was initially, or reduce it by 20%. So let's say you were at $100 a day and you increased your budget to $120 a day, 20% increase. If you can either reduce it back to the $100 a day that you knew you were profitable at before, or you scale it back down by 20%, which would be 100. What's 20% of 120? 96. So then it'll be back down to 96. Totally up to you what you want to do there. It's your call. That's what I would do if the ads weren't profitable and I've left it another period and they're still not profitable. Then here's where the fun starts, and you will reach this point eventually. Then I would keep creating new ads. I would launch new ads, I would launch new angles, I would test new things, test new images, videos, messaging scripts, whatever. I would test new ads and try and improve the ads in my ad account. And then you'll find it might take 1 week, it might take 5 weeks, it might take 3 months, but eventually if you're consistent with your testing, you will, and I promise you, you will hit a new winning ad or new winning group of ads. And when that happens, your cost per lead will decrease again and you will be well within KPI. So you might find that it takes 2 months and then I hit a winning ad and my cost per call drops from $80 or something down to $60 because I found that new winning ad that's attracting people more efficiently. And when that happens, I go back to the start, which is increase by 20%. So I've just made better ads, dropped my cost per lead or dropped my cost per call or cost per sale or whatever metric you're focused on. And then I increase back to 20%. And now what happens? My cost per call goes up a little bit, but it's still within KPI. So then I scale it again the next week, and then I scale it again the next week, and then I scale it again the next week. And now I've doubled my budget, and then I hit my ceiling again. And that's when I go back to the drawing board and go back to that creating new ads. So it's this cycle of just improving your ads until you find a winner and then scale up more and more and more. That's it. That's the strategy. There's the secret sauce. Open your tongue, get some of that secret sauce dropping onto your mouth. Let it fill up your flavor buds, your taste buds. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but that is the secret of scaling your ads. And I know that might sound pretty straightforward on paper. Maybe I haven't made it sound super straightforward, but it's all well and good being like, okay, that's how we do it. It's pretty simple. But in reality, it's actually pretty hard to do. And it's really tough and requires a lot of persistence. It's really hard to launch every week, to launch new ads again and again and again, and not find a winning ad for 1 month, 2 months, 6 months. It can be really tough. And you can be pulling your hair out. But it's what's required, and it can be really, really tough. And that's why you should come work with us, work with me. I will show you the best ads that will help you to scale more and will help you to get the cheapest cost per lead, cheapest cost per sale, and scale your ads and grow your business beyond wherever you thought it was wherever you thought possible. I will help you to do that. We will help you to do that. And that is why you should book a health coach strategy call with me or someone from my team. Just go to this link, healthcoachgrowthhub.com/strategy-call. And we will jump on a call with you and we will dig deep and break down exactly what's holding you back in your business. Maybe that's ads. Maybe that you've scaled to $100 a day or $200 a day or $500 a day and you've hit a ceiling and can't scale past there. And that's where we will come in and we will break down, we will map out a tailored step-by-step plan to help you to improve that. And then we will invite you into our world to work with you, to work on that, to walk that path together and work on that plan together so that you can break past those ad scaling barriers and whatever other business barriers you have in your health coaching business. If you're a good fit for any of our programs or services, we will use that call as an opportunity to tell you about them and try and bring you into our world. Just being transparent with you, I want you as a customer. No harm in that. You don't have to go at this alone. You don't have to. I know you want to save money. I know you're probably thinking, this guy sounds like his services are expensive. And I'm not going to lie. To work with us at the Health Coach Growth Hub, it's not cheap. We're not the cheapest out there. But also, we're not the shittest out there. I think we're the best in the market. I think we're the best in the industry at helping health coaches and health practitioners to grow their businesses, which is why we charge a premium amount. But we also get the clients that work with us the best results. You don't have to go at this alone. Don't waste 5 years, 2 years, 10 years when you can spend 2 or 3 or 5 months to get there. And that's what we're going to help you to do. We're going to help you to take a massive shortcut in your business to grow to 10K a month, 20K a month, 30K per month and beyond in your health coaching business. So if that sounds good, then all you have to do is book in a health coach strategy call with us. And who is us? Well, obviously you got me. My name is James and I'm one of the founders of the Undiet company alongside Michaela, that beautiful woman in this photo right here, right there. And we currently run the Undiet company, which is the health coaching business that does between $50,000 to $90,000 per month currently. And we're scaling up pretty quickly. And we spend normally in an average month, we spend over $10,000 per month on ads. So we're very experienced in the ad media buying game. On top of that, I run a marketing agency and I've spent across the last 7 or 8 years, across 100 plus client accounts, I've spent over $6 million on ads. So I'm very well versed in the best way to market, the best way to get clients online as a health coach. Simple as that. So go, do it. Come on, book a health coaching call. And one thing I haven't mentioned yet is that we are so confident in our ability to get you results and grow your business that we can even guarantee success. If you come into our world and join our main coaching program and don't increase your monthly revenue by at least 30% per month, then let us know and we will give you a full refund. All you have to do is book a strategy call with us. That's healthcoachgrowthhub.com/strategy-call. healthcoachgrowthhub.com/strategy-call. Go on, do it. Apart from that, go out there and create some epic ads, scale your ads to the moon, make the business of your dreams a reality. Whether you work with us or don't work with us, whether you're already in our world whilst watching this video and are already a client of ours or not, it doesn't matter. I just want the best for you. I want you to succeed. I want you to come back in 1 or 2 months' time and tell me, James, that shit was fire. I did exactly what you said and I've grown my business to $20,000 per month. I want that for you. So go out there. Don't just finish this video and not action it. Go out there, actually implement the things we've talked about in this mini course and you will see results. Goodbye for now and take care and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.